What's going on, everyone? DSP here with a update video. I haven't done one in a couple of days. Figured I'd get you up to speed on everything that's going on. There's actually a lot of common questions that have been coming up, and I want to address those. I also want to talk about what's coming up over the next few days, some inclement weather that's going on right now, and a bunch of other stuff. So here we go. First of all, unfortunately, yet again, yes, yet again, this is like the second weekend in 3 weekends, we're having a giant blizzard here in Connecticut. So guess what? Right now it is snowing heavily. It started around noon today. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon right now on Friday. It's not supposed to finish until noon tomorrow. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So guess what? That means that pretty much all of our weekend plans are shot yet again. So what does this mean? Number one, it probably means that John Rambo cannot make it tomorrow simply because there'll be too much snow on the roads. I really doubt that the roads will be cleaned up by then. And usually he comes around noon on Saturday. So unfortunately, what I'm thinking is I might have to do a solo Smart Guys this week because I don't want to delay it. I don't want to cancel it again. I want to keep it going weekly, but I might have to do it by myself. So unfortunately, we might have to do that tomorrow. We'll have to see what happens. Unfortunately, also, we're not sure how this will affect our plan to do the live stream from Howard's Place on Sunday. Now, if you didn't hear about this, we talked about it in the New York City trip videos from earlier this week. Basically, we're going to do another live stream from Howard's Place of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. We're also planning to do a couple other games, maybe some Third Strike or some Anniversary Edition, just for fun. And we were going to do that starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time at don'tblowthis.com, or I think on Ustream they also have a channel that's Don't Blow This. But it was cool because I was over there earlier this week. Wow, if they perfected this thing. Now, let me tell you, 60 frames per second stream, which I've never seen anywhere, okay, especially on a CPS2 cabinet. Picture-in-picture, the face of the people playing will be superimposed on the stream. How freaking cool is that? So you're going to see the live reactions of the people as they play the game. And I'm sure that there's going to be some hijinks with people, flipping the bird or whatever, or dancing around, just to be silly. But I think it would be pretty cool. And we were really all hyped up. A lot of people were looking to come for this. But it all depends on how bad the snow ends up being. Now, if it really ends by noon on Saturday, hopefully it'll be cleaned up by noon on Sunday and we'll be able to do the stream. But if it's really messy, like unfortunately last time, I don't know how much everyone heard, but for whatever reason, the Northeast wasn't ready for the last snowstorm. I don't know why, because we have snow almost every year, and it's pretty commonplace that we have it. But like New York City, weren't ready. And there were cars that were just stuck in snow for days. There weren't enough trucks to go clean the snow. And here in Connecticut, I was actually snowed in for 2 days. I did not leave the condo for 2 full days because it was so bad. So I'm waiting to see how this is going to take place this time. It's supposed to be between 6 and 12 inches. Depending. So we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. More than likely, even if it does snow, I'm still going to try to get to Howard's. He only lives like 2 or 3 blocks away from me, so it's not a giant trip for me. But still, if the weather's that bad, I might not be able to make it. Obviously, a lot of the locals who come to play it on the stream might not be able to make it. But we'll see what happens, and I'll let you know. Now, what's going on right now with videos, and then a little bit more about Blip TV, because people have been asking me a lot of questions about the ads on Blip TV and what's going on with them. First, we'll talk about videos. Well, the bottom line is right now I'm finishing up my Game of the Year awards. I've now finished numbers 20 through 10. So today I'm going to work on some. I'm going to try to get as many done as I possibly can. I'm hoping that by Monday I finished the entire top 20 games. Because I need to move on. I mean, this week coming up, as we talked about, is Fan Appreciation Week. And I'm going to put something up on Sunday giving more detail on how you can join in on that. But right now I think the games are pretty much solidified. It's going to be Halo Reach. It's going to be Super Street Fighter 4 on both Xbox 360 and PS3. It's going to be Call of Duty Black Ops on Xbox 360. It's going to be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood on Xbox 360. And then it's going to be Red Dead Redemption on Xbox 360. And I apologize to everyone who owns a PS3, but for 3 weeks I've been trying to figure this out, how I could, do this properly. It just doesn't work. But don't blame me, and I'm sorry that I have to kind of place blame, but don't blame me, blame Sony. Because Sony's online matchmaking system sucks ass. It just does. And people, after weeks of deliberation, basically the only suggestion that we could come up with, and when I say we, I mean my fans and myself, talking back and forth about this, is that I would have to completely create new accounts, PSN accounts, for every game that I want to play this week on PSN. So for example, if I wanted to play, Red Dead Redemption on PSN, I'd have to make a new name, DSP, Red Dead Redemption, and then at a certain period of time just have everyone try to come join my game, which is retarded. So now you tell me I have to make 5 dummy PSN accounts, I have to do all this bullshit. It's fucking stupid. And even with Super Street Fighter 4, it's probably going to be a complete nightmare trying to figure out how to get this to work. I'm going to have to delete, I have like 7,000 messages in my inbox because as you know, everyone sends me random messages for no reason. And I have to delete them all now somehow, which takes forever on PSN. You can't just delete them all, you have to manually delete them. And I'm going to have to try to set it up. But we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. But to answer everyone's questions about it, I am going to be playing more than one set. So for example, I may play a set during the daytime, let's say 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but then I might do a night set, like I might play 7 to 10 or 8 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. So that way people who are either at work or school during the day can play, or people who are in different time zones. I also understand, yes, obviously I have fans worldwide. Now, unfortunately, no, I'm not going to be probably not playing 2 a.m. because I'll be asleep, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to try to block off different times, and what I'll be doing is making a post on my forums about it, and then I'll make a video about it, and then I'll link you there so it'll explain everything and you'll know how to join. So that's coming up this next week, but with that coming up, and then with Little Big Planet 2 coming up the week after that, and then with Dead Space 2 coming the week after that, I pretty much am out of time for the Game of the Year video, so I've got to finish those hopefully by Monday. And the Funniest Moments montage is still coming. I have not canceled it, but it may be something that I work on gradually over the week or something like that. And then maybe it comes out as like an end to Fan Appreciation Week, something like that. Another question everyone asks me about is, am I going to be filming Fan Appreciation Week? The answer is absolutely. I think it would be great to see me interacting with the fans, playing with the fans, and people getting that opportunity. So if you want to film it too and put it on your own YouTube or Blip account, go right ahead. I think it's a great opportunity. Here I played with DSP and here's what happened. So go right ahead. One more thing, this will end the video. A lot of people have been asking me what is going on with Blip TV, okay? First of all, why I'm there, which I've explained 100 times, but I'll very quickly cover that again. And what's going on with the ads on Blip, and I'll explain what that means. Why am I moving my stuff to Blip? First of all, anything that's not gaming footage is going on Blip, okay, exclusively. So I've already explained that. All my series, Cooking with the King, DSP Tries It, footage of my trip to New York this week, all that stuff is going over to Blip permanently. However, there are playlists of everything that I put on Blip on my website in the DSP playthrough section. So thekingofhate.com. I know I've said it 7,000 times, but everyone should go there, everyone should register, and everyone should check on it regularly, because that's the way to index all the new stuff that I'm doing. So, why did I move to Blip? I moved to Blip because, as you know, I was laid off from my full-time job in September of 2010, and it hit me by surprise, and I kind of panicked. I needed to find something to do because, yes, they gave me a severance package, but it was ridiculously small for the amount of money I was making. And so, I kind of scurried around trying to figure out how can I make this work, and basically, due to overwhelming fan participation on YouTube, I was able to make a significant amount of money based off of their Google AdSense program for 1 month, okay? And it kept me afloat. Also, there were a lot of fan donations, which I greatly appreciate, a lot of word of mouth of what was going on, and because of that, I ended up basically being set till the end of 2010. And then, disaster struck because Google, for whatever reason, contacted me in December and said, well, we think that there's fraud, not really fraud, but invalid clicks on your Google AdSense account, and so we're suspending your account. They didn't tell me what that meant, how to basically prove that this didn't happen, that there was no violation or invalid clicks. No information whatsoever, and they even went the extra mile to say, we don't have to tell you why you violated it, because it's in our terms and conditions that we don't have to reveal that information, because if we did, we might reveal proprietary information about our tracking software that our competitors might be able to find out. So basically Google said, fuck you, we don't care about you, even though we're making money while you make money on this AdSense program, we really don't give a shit. We're bigger than you anyway, so, basically cutting you off doesn't affect us in the least. It's like dropping a dime on the ground, and we don't have a proper appeals process, we don't have customer support, and we don't give a shit. Have a nice life, you're banned permanently. And that's exactly what happened. I did get a notice a couple weeks later that said, no, we're not reversing our decision. You're banned permanently. And by the way, you can never be part of AdSense again because that's our terms and conditions. So I'm done. Google, I'll never be able to be in their AdSense program again because the AdSense program sucks monkey days. So anyway, as you can see, the King of Hate HD is no longer a partner channel. They took away my partner banner on the top of my channel. All the perks that came with this are gone, okay? They took it away. So I said I have to figure out a way to make this work if I'm going to do this as a full-time thing. Now, keep in mind, I had done it as a full-time thing through October and November. I had overwhelming fan feedback of people telling me, Phil, we want you to do this full-time. We love it, you know, we love your new series, but we love your gaming footage. We'd like to see you branch out. We'd like to see you become a competitive Street Fighter player again. We'd like to see you go to gaming conventions and meet and greet people, but also cover gaming media type things like PAX East, E3 and stuff like that. People want to see me do this stuff. So I said, all right, how can I make it work? And I knew that I at least had enough money to survive a couple of months. So starting in December, I started taking all of my new footage and putting it on Blip TV. Now, the way that Blip TV works is completely different from the way that YouTube works. It actually is based off of views, meaning if you watch the video and there's ads on the video, there might be a pre-roll ad, a post-roll ad, and an ad superimposed over the video. If you watch the video, I get credit for it, and I basically get paid for it. Now, it's completely variable, the amount of money that you get per view. Some days it could be a penny, some days it could be lower than a penny, sometimes it could be higher than a penny. It all depends on how many ads have been purchased, okay, by advertisers, and who the advertiser is, how much they pay, how long the ad is, all kinds of stuff, okay? In December, being completely honest, it was excellent. Through the month of December, I put up lots of footage, including, you know, the Dead Money DLC from Fallout New Vegas. We had the Case West DLC for Dead Rising 2. We had all kinds of stuff going on in December with the year-end video series, and it ended up being a pretty good payout for me. So I have to say thank you to everyone who did go over to Blip TV, who did support me. It's interesting in these times, you know, these trying times, you get to see who the real supporters and fans are, and then you get to see who the fair weather friends are. The people who were only along for the ride because it was easy for them. They got real free, you know, free content on a website that they didn't have to learn much to use, YouTube, and so, oh, everything's fine and dandy. It's also interesting to see when you try to move to a new website like this because you're trying to keep doing what you're doing. You know, me trying to first, number one, do what I love, which is these videos and playing video games and doing this kind of stuff as a job, and number two, keep doing it because the fans want to see me do it. But it's interesting to see some of the ridiculous troll reactions I've gotten. People every day still are making fake accounts. I'm sure you'll see it in the comments of this video too. Making new YouTube accounts, ridiculous stuff like DSP is a child molester. That's the name that they actually make on YouTube. And yeah, YouTube's stupid enough to allow them to make those names. And they go say all this slanderous shit. Of course, it's completely untrue. There's numerous channels on YouTube dedicated to hating me. And why? The bottom line is this. People are so jealous that there's someone out there who's trying to do what they love as a full-time job. People are so angry right now because, number one, the economy is so bad, and I can understand that. There are no freaking jobs out there. There really are no worthwhile jobs. Yeah, there are jobs. $8 an hour jobs at Burger King. Do you think that someone could pay the rent with an $8 an hour job at fucking Burger King? But this is what our government doesn't understand. They claim that we're recovering economically, but the only jobs out there are jobs that no one can live off of the wages. So it's absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing out there right now, especially in the sector that I was working in. They're all laying people off still. They're not looking to hire anyone yet. So bottom line is, I'm trying to make this work, and there are people that are super jealous about it. So that's why people who are, you know, newcomers and just seeing my stuff for the first time, if you're watching my videos and you're like, gee, I don't understand, why are all these haters trying to shit all over this guy who seems like, you know, a decent guy and who's doing fun stuff for free for us? That's why. They're jealous. It's 100% jealousy. It's that simple, okay? Now, the situation with Blip right now, let me take another sip. The situation is this. During the month of December and even the first couple days of January, Blip TV was very, very good for me because there were an overabundance of ads, meaning everyone was trying to advertise during the holiday season. Well, unfortunately, what's happening now is the holiday season is over, the ads are starting to dry up. So what a lot of people are mentioning to me is, Phil, we're watching your videos and you used to have 3 ads. Now I don't even see 1 ad, or I only see 1 ad. and I'm wondering what's going on. The bottom line is this. This is how Blip TV works. They can only put as many ads on the videos as the advertisers purchase, and right now, unfortunately, the holidays have ended, and the ads are going to start to slow down. Now, what you probably will see are ads from places like GameStop, from your local businesses like an AutoZone or something like that, to advertise upcoming games that are coming out. In fact, I saw a Dead Space 2 ad today, so that makes sense. Or, commonplace stuff, but you're not going to see those seasonal type ads. So, for example, we probably won't see those kind of ads again until Valentine's Day, where you might see stuff for Valentine's Day. Buy flowers, buy candy, buy jewelry, and shit like that. That's the nature of advertising. That's how it works. So, probably for the next month or two, things are going to be pretty slow. And even though I'm getting record high views, just so everyone knows, yesterday I had over 105,000 total views on Blip TV due to the trip videos as well as my Game of the Year award video footage. I'm not making a lot of money. I'm not. And it's going to be rough. And this is why I think the way that Blip works is going to go like this. You're going to have prosperous months and then shitty months. And it's going to go like this, like a wave, depending on the advertising structure and what's going on during the year. So what I'm going to have to do is be very careful. I'm very happy that I didn't spend much money at all during this whole ordeal of the past 4 or 5 months. Because now I know how much money I have. I'm gauging it on how long can I do, what trips can I take and what trips can't I take, depending on how expensive they are. Right now it's looking like I will be able to attend a couple tournaments in the next couple of months, especially the ones that have Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And I also, it's looking good for me attending PAX East, which is Penny Arcade Expo in Boston, Massachusetts. That's actually in, I believe, the second week of March. It's a very large gaming convention where you play games, but you also, developers go there to show new games. There's usually a lot of interesting announcements, a lot of cool gaming panels and stuff like that. And I think it would be really cool for me to go there and meet and greet people, my fans, but also do a lot of footage while I'm there and get that up on Blip. So, really cool. And then later on in the year, there's some other stuff we're talking about, including E3. We're actually considering going to E3, Evolution, and all kinds of stuff coming up this year. But I need to see how this Blip TV thing is going to pan out. It could be really great in some months and shitty in other months. And what I need to see is, okay, that's great, but overall, then how much am I going to make doing this full time so that I can basically put myself on a budget? So that's the situation. I wanted to answer that because a lot of people are saying, Phil, in December everything looked great. Now it looks like you don't get a lot of ads. It's because the ads are drying up. It's not just me. Even if you go check out other people on Blip TV, their videos don't have a lot of ads either. It's a common thing. So, alright, that's the situation. I just wanted to cover everything. So, keep in mind, Game of the Year videos are going to continue. Might have to do a solo Smart Guys this week due to the blizzard outside right now. We're going to try to stream on Sunday, don'tblowthis.com. Starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a really great stream, so I hope everyone checks it out. But if it gets canceled or whatever, I'll definitely let everyone know. Next week, Fan Appreciation Week. Stay tuned for more information on that. That'll be coming up the next couple of days. And please support me over at Blip. All I can say is just keep watching this stuff, doing what you're doing. Like I said, record high views yesterday, so even though, in comparison to what I used to get on YouTube, I used to get over 200,000 views a day on YouTube. Even just half of that coming over, I'm so appreciative because I know that I have 100,000 people, you know what I mean? Well, not 100,000 people, but at least several thousand people who are dedicated enough to watch my stuff and stick with me, even though I know it is a trying time trying to move to another website like I am. But keep in mind, as you see, Case West today is on DSP Gaming. This stuff's going to eventually hit YouTube if it's gameplay footage, but I need to put it up on Blip first to try to make a livelihood out of this. So, alright, that's it. I'm DSP. I'll talk to you guys later. I know it's been a long video. Sorry about that, but I'll see you soon.